Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rapid Chess here with the video of the day. So today ended the round robin for this crypto tournament, which is, I think, the strongest lineup. And you can see the chart of how it ended. So the first 8 were getting into the playoffs. So Nepomniachtchi, Rajabov, Carlsen, Basliso, MVL, Nakamura, Giri, and Caruana. So Caruana is first, which is a bit surprising, I think, for many of you. Convincingly, just one loss to Mamedjarov. Well, we'll see, because he wasn't playing, and I think because he was preparing for the candidates and didn't want to have this mindset for speed chess, just wanted to win the candidates. Didn't go so well, but no one expected that he will win this round robin, but he did. Good for him. We'll see what's going to happen in the playoffs. He will play against Nepomniachtchi, who is not playing very well, but he got in as well. Carlsen played a bit not like we used to see him, because he was winning all these round robins, and he has been beaten in several matches, but at this point he played very well this qualification, basically. And well, the rest results are I don't know. Dubov played quite bad tournament. Normally he would get into this top 8. Grishuk had terrible tournament, but I think it's some kind of personal problems rather than his strengths. Alright, so let's see the game, which I decided to show you today. This is a game between the winner, Fabiano Caruana, and the player who didn't go into the playoffs, Daniel Dubov. So Caruana is playing black, and Dubov played e4. In this tournament he played more d4, but didn't go very well. He decided to switch to open games, and Fabi played c5. So of course Fabi is known for playing mainly e5, which brought him a lot of success, especially his Petrov defense, which is now a top, I think, one of the most popular openings, which he revived. Knight f3, e6. Didn't go for Sveshnikov, Sicilian, or d6 Najdorf. d4, knight c6, knight c3, and queen c7. I think Paulsen is less... we saw some Paulsens here with this e5 pawn, like knight f6, c5, knight to d5. Also very known position, but I think this is very flexible and very playable, because one of the ideas for black is that black want to play bishop to b4, pinning this knight, like a pin variation. And again, in quick time control, it's very unpleasant if you get this double pawns. So bishop e3, a6, and f4. So this is a bit surprising. I'm not a big fan for this move. I don't know. It kind of weakens, I think, the king a little bit, and well, this pawn storm in the center when pieces are not yet developed, I don't know. I would play, of course, something like queen f3 or bishop e2, but Dubov played f4. b5, logical continuation. You want when you have played d6, so this bishop is the best square for him is on b7. e5. So I think restricting black from playing d6, bishop b7, and bishop to e2. So this is quite fresh position. Engine for some reason gives black a very big advantage, but I saw that there have been games not by the strongest players, but definitely Dubov had to have this position in mind when he played f4. So Fabi took on d4 and opened up attack on this pawn on g2, but it's a bit premature to take it. If we take it, then rook g1, obviously, bishop back, and for instance queen to d2. So now the problem is that this pawn on g7 becomes weak and you want to develop your bishop. So say if you play g6, then long castles, for instance, and white has compensation for the pawn at least, yeah, because a lot of pieces, white already developed, black has not yet developed, and I think that could be good for black. So Fabi didn't take this pawn. He played more interestingly. He played knight to h6. He doesn't want to play knight to e7 when you have idea to play bishop b4 at some point, and when there is bishop on d4, so you can be in a tempo with knight to f5. Very nice move. Bishop f3. Dubov decided to exchange the light square bishops. Knight f5 and bishop f2. Very logical. You don't want to let black exchange your pieces, and this bishop cuts off the squares for this knight. If white at some point plays g4, then they will do fine. And in this position, Fabi played bishop to b4. It's essential that when you get double pawns, yeah, you and the game is moving quickly to endgame, then with these pawns, double pawns on c file, it's going to be, I think, hopeless position for white basically. So, but Dubov somehow, when he played bishop f2, he couldn't, let's say, play bishop to d2 now and fight against the spin. Yeah, so this doubling pawns becomes inevitable. So castles kingside, takes, and Fabi didn't lose time on taking on c3, and he just played castles. Yeah. Also, this queen here protects the d7 pawn, backward pawn, and and of course the bishop on b7. All right, takes. And a4. I didn't like this move when I saw this, when Dubov played it. I don't know, it's hard to suggest something, but c4 was much better, and I see that engine also suggests this move. You have to, I don't know, deal something with these pawns, yeah, because you cannot exchange when you have when black will play rook to c8 and attack on c file, then it's totally hopeless. So Dubov played a4, queen c6, nice move, attacking the pawn, and now forcing white to take on b5. Takes, queen d3, and here Fabi played a very nice move, rook to a4. Now he attacks the f4, and he threatens to play rook to a8, doubling on the a file. So Dubov took, and now he has this passed pawn on a4, and also all these pawns are weak. So basically Fabi is winning very easily. c4 and h5. Notice when you have a knight on f5, you want to protect it. In French defense, in many instances, I, let's say, had this position, even with king on e8, and when you have knight to f5 and h5, so this is a very nice combination that you cannot get rid of this knight, and here just creates a lot of tactical ideas for black. So Fabi, and also a loft is very needed in this position. c5. I don't know, just a random move. I think he wants to free his queen from defending the c4 pawn, but this bishop becomes miserable, yeah, because it's totally blocked with this pawn. Rook b8, rook d1, attacking the pawn, and rook a8. I think he could have played rook a8 immediately, but the position is not very tactical right now, and sometimes in chess like tempo costs a lot, everything, and sometimes you just can make a random move and it is nothing. So this is kind of position when you can have a random move. Rook a8, rook a1, stopping, and now Fabi decides to move his knight closer to the attack. Knight e7, h3, and queen e5. I'm not sure I really like this decision. I would play something with the knight. I don't know, knight to d5. Just it gives so much. It attacks the f4 pawn, and you can jump to b4. Not sure that this was the best idea, but the position is winning, so he could play also like this. Queen e2, attacking the h5. But Fabi played the a3. He just doesn't care about this pawn. If he moves it to a2 and queen is far away, then, well, you just can't stop it. Yeah, rook will be free, and all these tactical ideas with rook to b1 will work. c4, queen b7. Now immediately you cannot play queen to b2 because queen will take it and take the rook on e8, but just needs a little bit of preparation. And also knight will land on this c6 square, and just will laugh on this two pawns. So Daniel took, and queen b2. So now he could, I think, resign, because white has absolutely no counterplay, and there is no attack. If white has light square bishop, then of course he can just do some attack, but at this point this bishop here is useless. Queen d1 and knight to c6. Again, you cannot take because your rook is attacked. h4, a2, and let's just quickly finish. And a very nice move, queen b1. Like if you take with the rook, then you down the rook, and also black threatens to take on d1 and then block with rook on b1. So bishop c3, takes, rook b1, rook f1, standard, and knight b4. So if white takes, then it's immediately rook f1 and a1 queen. So you cannot take it, and this knight will somehow block the rook and promote to a1 queen. And after knight to d3, Dubov resigned. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.